Today we are 10 minutes away from Caledonian Horticulture's East Fenton site, and we're here at North Berwick Flower Company, and we're going to see how this flower farm is getting on with our Green Goodness Compost. Hi Faye.
Hi, hello. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
It's stillness in the air. It's beautiful. But also we have a feast for the eyes, the colours,
Well,
and also
hopefully.
the fragrance as well. So can you talk to us about where we are?
Yes, of course. So this is the North Berwick Flower Company, and we're based on the beautiful Archfield estate. So the walled garden is just up the top there. We're next to the fairy trail over the pond. So people can come and see what we're up to, basically.
So lots of interest in the surrounding areas, but within this plot of land right here. So how big is this area?
So we've cultivated about 1.5 acres so far. We've got another field just next to us here, which is about the same size. So it'll be around about 1 hectare in total.
Okay, that's wonderful. And how long have you been open for?
2 weekends.
2 weekends, so we are fresh off the press.
We are
2 weekends.
totally fresh off the press. We only were able to get onto the field in November. It had beans in it 2 weeks before we came in. So all of this has been created.
So a lot of hard work that's gone into it. And so over here we've got a windbreak.
We have.
How is that around here?
Well, it's very much needed. So we have a really strong prevailing wind coming this way.
Okay.
So I originally put that up just to protect the perennials that I planted last October as they were growing. But we're going to need something along the deer fence here as well.
Okay.
What I'm looking to do is create that naturally. So it will be hawthorn, beech, things that are
So native
found.
species
Absolutely
as well.
native species,
Okay, that's
but
brilliant.
can also be used as foliage for our displays and bouquets and things as well.
Yeah, so then they can fill out the bouquets and for the pick your own
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
That'd be really valuable as well, just so then people can experience not just having the cut flowers, but playing with foliage as well and seeing how that as a backbone to the displays really work. Can you kind of talk to us about the pick your own?
Yeah, of course. So part of the reason to sort of create this was to create a space that people can actually come, they can wander, they can take time out of their busy lives and wander up and down our beds and pick their own flowers, choose what they like, what colourways they want. And if you're an adult, we've got buckets that you can come around and do that with. If you're a child, we've got little jam jars that they can come out and fill themselves.
Okay. So really thinking of community.
Absolutely.
And community aspect.
Absolutely. And I don't mind if you just want to come and have a wander, because it's a lovely, quiet space down here.
Yeah, the visual sensations that we get from seeing the colour or just being able to kind of and touch foliage to see that, and the sense, the fragrance that it comes off. And it's so important as well for children to be exposed to that.
Absolutely.
And not just seeing images of what the beauty of nature can, but actually being hands-on and really getting to experience what that is and what flowers are.
And as we grow, what I want to do is bring in a little bit more of education for children, so that they can see how they can grow their own and how it grows and where it grows and what it can be used for. We've got a lovely lady, the Honeybee Sanctuary, is coming in to teach children about herbs and how they can be used, because they're found literally everywhere in our field naturally. So they're wild.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so kind of riffing on that, I can see over there, just beyond the windbreak that we were speaking about, I see lots of achillea, which is one of my favourites that I grow in my garden. Can we go and take a little peek?
Yeah, let's go and have a look. So this is our perennial bed area. We're going to, as I say, going to grow this a lot more for next year. This year's all been about experimentation for us. So seeing what works, what doesn't work. There will be failures, as I'm sure you're aware.
Always. It's all part of the learning, isn't it?
Absolutely. So each bed has sort of been divided up, and we're just seeing what works. I mean, the achillea, the pearl is prolific, as you can see.
Yeah, I've doing this once before, and I love that the shape it gives to bouquets.
Absolutely.
Kind of quite gnarly, but
the
always
leaves
at the end you have these beautiful little flower heads, very, very delicate and structured behind.
Absolutely, the vibrant verbena, which has done fantastically well.
It's doing much better than mine in my garden. I grow it annually because it just doesn't like the rain that I get on West Scotland.
Well, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, these are they're just fabulous structure that they can give, and actually paired nicely.
Yes,
this combination is really nice. I'm looking beyond.
Looking
More
beyond
perennials that I love.
Absolutely. So this is our sort of proper Scottish bed, as you can see, the spikies. But my absolute favourite is the echinops.
Yes.
So we dry our own flowers as well, and these look absolutely fabulous when they're dried.
Yes.
In dry flower displays.
Yeah, the blue, the vibrancy that it gives. And like you said, it has like that real Scottish.
Yeah, I know. We had to have one.
And it's the same with the Orangian here. Very structural again.
And we've got the blue and the white as well. So the ones that
colour that it
white.
gives, and it's quite a juxtaposition really when you got such a definite structure to a plant, and then but it's got such a beautiful colour as well. It's a sensory overload.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And I'm seeing here we've got Perovskia.
Yeah, the Russian sage. Done quite well actually, and the smell is beautiful. We cut some to dry the other day. Drying with this is an experiment. We're going to see how it goes because it is quite a juicy.
Yes.
Say, for want of a better word, a juicy plant. So we've got to see what it does.
Okay, and here, so we've got the Alchemilla mollis, which is absolutely wonderful for ground cover as well in a gardening sense. How would you use the Alchemilla mollis in a bouquet?
Well, you can use flowers, I always think, in a bouquet however you like. Some people like really loose, natural meadow style. Others like quite formal style. The mollis here is quite a free plant. It adds a little bit of movement. It's a very light plant. So you can use it as a filler in amongst other showstopper plants such as the spires of the snapdragon, and smaller plants like the Achillea the pearl, or straw flowers, just to give it a bit of balance.
Yeah, absolutely, because I love the way it just kind of it falls. Yeah, and then you can see here we've had a little bit of rain. the ground has been watered, but the way it sits, the droplets, these leaves is beautiful. And then we've got the lovely lime green. So it does also offer in colour of green like a slightly different variant to that kind of backbone foliage. Yeah, wonderful.
Absolutely, and you know, you can get all different types of fillers. We've got the Florist Still growing, which is a bit more of a yellowy, greeny yellow colour. Lots of different varieties you can grow to be used in that way in a bouquet.
So a keeper. This bed's
absolutely.
A real keeper.
This is a keeper, and it will spread.
So speaking of colour,
it is a spreader.
Oh yeah, get that ground cover in. So speaking of colour, I think it'd be really nice to walk back towards that beautiful array of colour in your cut flowers over there, and I'm sitting next to all your poppies as well. So let's go and take a closer look.
So this is all of our annual beds. As I said, we didn't get onto the field until November, so we missed the sowing window, the direct sowing window for hardy annuals in the autumn, and also we missed the biannual sowing as well. So everything here has been grown from seed in my tiny wee polytunnel and my kitchen.
The hub
over there. My kids call the kitchen the jungle because that's what it became. But this year, obviously, it allows us a bit more time. We're sowing biannuals at the moment. We are no dig. So what we do is we have rolls of corrugated cardboard, and we roll 3 layers up because of the prolific nature of the weeds that are around here. And then we top dress that with your gorgeous Green Goodness.
The gorgeous Green Goodness.
The gorgeous Green Goodness.
Okay, so talking about community and picking locally. So for florists, and I know that you are a big believer in keeping it local and within the community. Would you like to express a bit more?
Absolutely. I mean, as a country, we import 86% of our flowers, which is a huge number. These are grown all throughout the world. They're then flown into the Netherlands in the mass flower markets and then flown out from there to us, basically. So for something so delicate and beautiful, that amount of CO2 and carbon footprint is just horrendous. And it's about going back to buying seasonally. You know, you won't get a rose here in January, but when they do bloom naturally, they will be far sweeter smelling and have less of a footprint following them. So I think
very similar to kind of like food as well, of cooking seasonally, growing what works in the garden. So the same with the flowers. Okay,
and it's a huge movement, the provenance movement, knowing where things have been grown that you are buying. And this field here will stay as pick your own, but the next field in there we're hoping will become our wholesale field. So local florists, event florists, event venues will be able to come in here, select what they want to buy and have it on their doorstep.
So it's like building those relationships with people. So it's not just feet on the ground here, but it's also feet on the ground in so many other places, and making sure all that communication is there, and that those relationships are built for more sustainability.
Absolutely. I could get on my soapbox, but I'm not going to. It's something that's really strong throughout our business, and everything. We are a no single-use plastic company. Are right down to our stickers and our tape are compostable. So it goes right through from start to finish with us.
And it's not just the commercial element. It's not just pick your own. I spy with my little eye over there. I am seeing some dried flowers. So I think it'll be really nice.
Do you want to come and have a look in there?
So another hub of the business, and as we're standing here, I'm getting the most magnificent fragrance coming through.
Yeah, so this is our flower barn. So we cut our flowers to dry as well. They're hanging from willow twigs up on the rafters.
So rustic.
I know it is. I actually love coming in here. But also this is just in case it rains, as it tends to do around here quite a bit. We've got things for people to do in here as well. So we've got our 2 flower bars. We've got a dried flower bar and a fresh flower bar inside. People can select a vase. They can then create their own dried flower or fresh flower display, or they can make it into a bouquet and we can wrap that for them if it's for a gift. But we also actually do our own dried flower arrangements as well if people haven't got time to come and do their own. So that's...
I'm spine echinops right there.
Yeah, they are my favourite. You will get those a lot here.
And those seed heads as well are fantastic.
Yeah, so that's Scabiosa ping pong, that one.
Oh, wow.
So if you haven't got time, you can always nip down here and pick something up that's ready to go.
So that's wonderful, because you're kind of catering for all weathers of still having that full involvement. So you can be outside, and if it is raining, those who don't mind being outside, great.
Absolutely.
But those who do, there's so much to do in here, and it is, again, just like outside, the inside is just like great for the senses because all that color is there. And like I said, you have that real rustic vibe going on as well. And the pick your own, you spoke about jammed up jars. And that people can create their own. And you mentioned before that children, that they can decorate them as well.
Yeah, so we run several workshops as well. So something that's running throughout the summer is a drop-in workshop where the children can select a jam jar. They can go to our studio table, take some time out, decorate it. We've got glass pens, we've got various bits of ribbon, stencils, all sorts of things. Decorate that and then come out and fill it with the flowers. We're also going to be running other workshops for adults as well, on sustainable gardening, on flower arranging sustainably. We've got a lovely lady coming in to do a workshop on some Japanese indoor plants where you can plant your plant and take that away. So all of this is sort of coming now, but it's only our second weekend.
There's so much to come as well, which is really exciting.
Absolutely.
It's been a real pleasure to visit the North Berwick Flower Company. And it's a flower farm in its infancy, so it's been a real treat to see these early stages. And what's fascinating is understanding not just the hard work that goes on here on the ground, but all the efforts putting forward to what happens sustainability and looking at overseas markets, and also looking at the important message of involving community, as it is community that will bring all this together, that will help that sustainability, that will help the education of young people coming up and understanding what flowers are and how they're grown and how beautiful they are.